Yeah, you know your boy had to talk about it. But we're gonna talk about not only we're gonna talk about the failed assassination attempt on President Trump, future President Trump, former President Trump. We're gonna talk about the root and what caused it that people are not talking about. And what I'm talking about is the loaded language from the Democratic Party, from the extreme left. From the very first time that Trump ran against Hillary and beat Hillary in 2016, up until now, Democrats and far left liberals have been using loaded language to fuel hatred towards this man, extreme hatred towards this man. And then they have the audacity to act like they don't know what's going on, give phony apologies, and this political violence should not be tolerated in America. This is wrong. Very little, whether it's AOC, whether it's Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, any of these talking shields, as I would call them, Democratic extreme leftist shields, talking heads, you can tell they don't believe a damn word that they are saying. The words that are coming out of their mouth, they don't believe that at all. And obviously, there's all kinds of opinions and theories and hypotheses out there based off what happened, who could be involved, who was responsible. And people could say it's this and it's that, and it's orchestrated. It's another Kennedy attempt, and the people behind that, this is on that level. A lot of people might say that and think that, but none of us know for sure right now. Back then with the Kennedy assassination, nobody, at the point in time it happened, they didn't have all the details right away there either. But over the weeks, the months, and the years that will go by, we will find out exactly what happened. Because the obvious thing, this guy, for some strange reason, either 100% is gone, or in the high 90 percentile, this digital footprint has been scrubbed from the internet. Why? Would that be key information to establish a very key point in your investigation, which you would understand? Who was this guy? What made him do this, attempt to do this? Who does he talk to? What is this group? What is this inner circle? How many guys like this in this group that are out there? Secret Service took out him. That's only one guy. Is this guy part of a group of individuals hell bent on doing what he attempted to do? But regardless, this guy, you can tell he doesn't have somebody that would be willing to do this, crawl up on top of that building, and there's Secret Service all the way around. And yes, they definitely dropped the ball in this one. Personally, if I was running for president, if I was president, point blank, none of these DEA hires would be protecting me. And people would be mad because this country is so sensitive now. Everybody want to get all in their feelings. I would blatantly say, look, I just want men in my Secret Service detail. Period. Period. Point blank. Because you see the women Secret Service agents that are out there, especially the one that couldn't even holster a gun. When you're training, you I know it's human nature. Your training might tend to go out the window, this and that. But as a Secret Service agent, you don't have that luxury to be scared. You're supposed to have nerves of steel because you're training for these type of situations. And you got one running around looking this way, looking that way. You can tell she was in a panic, and then you got one that couldn't holster a gun, and the fact that they left that building open for this guy to climb up on top of it, and it's like, and then you got people telling the police officers, look, there's a dude climbing up on this building with a rifle. It wasn't like he was dressed like the Secret Service. He wasn't wearing all black with gloves. He wasn't wearing a suit. I think Secret Service, most of the time they wear black suits. Earpiece in their ear. He didn't have any of that stuff. And these people are pointing at, telling police officers, look, there's a guy climbing up there with a rifle. And it's like, it's a whole failure on multiple fronts. I still don't know why that particular building was left open to begin with. And you got the director of the Secret Service, who was ironically appointed by Joe Biden. Take that for what you wish. I personally would be very suspicious, because that was definitely could have been a catastrophic failure on the part of the Secret Service. And like I said, there should be, in my opinion, Secret Service should always be men. Because no matter how you want to look at it, what kind of combat training these women might have doesn't change the basic physical structure of their skeleton, their bones. Women can build their muscles, but they still won't be as strong as a man. A woman's skeleton is what it is. They could lift all the weights and do all the combat training in the world. The basic genetics in their skeleton is going to be the same. And I, for one, in my personal opinion, I don't think women should be in the Secret Service. Yeah, I said it. I say it, and I mean it. But the loaded language of the Democrats is the problem, because they basically have been putting this in the air for 8 years at least. Trump is dangerous. He's a threat to our democracy. He must be stopped by any means necessary. He must be stopped at all costs. We have to take Trump down. This is loaded language, because you can basically threaten Donald Trump and say he needs to be taken out, but actually overtly saying that, you know what, we need to do X, Y, Z to Trump. Go to your store, buy this, buy that, and then we need to take Trump. Instead of just blatantly say that, they use loaded language in order to get, even if it's not a whole conspiracy, a network of people trying to take Trump out. It could be a singular whack job who can easily get mentally triggered and decide to buy a gun, act like a normal person enough to, he doesn't have a criminal record, so he can conduct himself like a normal person. Hey, I want to buy that gun. I want to buy that ammo, and act completely normal in the store. So now he has a weapon. But his screws have been loose for the longest of time. Loaded language from the extreme left will ignite an individual like this, will trigger an individual like this to do what he attempted to do. And today, they're still using the same kind of loaded language, actually blaming Trump for what happened to him. It's Trump's fault that this happened, his rhetoric and all this and all that. This is more loaded language they're using. So you combine the loaded language from the left, the catastrophic failure of the Secret Service to protect the president. It's just a hodgepodge of gumbo foolery that happened this past Saturday. And people with logical common sense, and people that still, and you have these old boomer birds still talking about, and a bunch of idiots on TikTok talking about they mad that this dude missed and all this and that. Keep making videos like that. And I hope the Secret Service show up at your door, at home, at your job, snatch your butt up out of there, and throw you in a gulag. Because you too, you idiots on TikTok is talking about you mad that the guy missed and all this, and you old birds out in public talking about you mad that you don't have no problem with it and this and that. I hope the Secret Service show up at your house and snatch y'all punk asses up and throw y'all in a clink without even charging y'all. Because y'all are using loaded language also. And people like y'all that choose to use this type of language, nah, this is not a freedom of speech thing right here. You're trying to incite something. And you're speaking in support of something that would have been a travesty to this country. Because you're supporting people not being able to have a choice in voting for who they choose to vote for. You're worried about Trump being a dictator, but you're supporting the tactics of a dictator. Because you don't want to allow other people to have a difference of opinion than you and vote for somebody different than you. You want to control who they vote for. You are in full support of stopping people from voting for who they want to vote for. You were in full support. You were the type of people that were in full support of lockdowns. People should not be able to go outside. You should be forced to wear a mask or be arrested. You are in the camp of these type of people. You are the dictators. You extreme liberal left, walking hypocrites, using loaded language to incite riots, violence, and this past Saturday, an assassination attempt on former President Trump, future President Trump. You are the problem. And I'll go as far as saying the Democratic Party as a whole, and I'm saying as a whole because they make no attempt, along with the mainstream media, who basically are the right-hand arm of the Democratic Party, all are conspiring against one man. The media is supposed to be neutral, allowing people to choose who they want. You're supposed to cover each side equally. But you're conspiring with one party. And that one party, along with the mainstream media that are locked up with them, using the same kind of loaded language, you guys are the real terrorists. You guys are the real homegrown terrorists to this country. I would have made this video sooner, but I was very, very triggered over the weekend after seeing that. I had to calm down because I would have this video. I could have did a Patreon because it would have been on that level of heat. But I knew I needed to calm down before I made a video and commented on this. Plus, all the details are still coming out as far as what happened, who this guy may or may not have been. I don't like the fact that so much of his digital footprint has been scrubbed from the internet. I don't like that at all. The hiding, and it just reeks to me. But I want to get on here for a minute and give my thoughts on this. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Hit the like button, share this video because it needs to be heard. It needs to be seen. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button, share the video, show support by hitting the Cash App, $, Cobra Clutch 357. I'm out.